Hey guys, welcome back to Shep Talk. If you haven't done so already, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. It does help me out greatly, and I do truly appreciate it. And also, if you haven't done so already, go over to Darth Shep Gaming, where I put all my gaming VODs up, and subscribe to that channel as well. Again, will greatly appreciate it. Also, guys, this is the first video I'm recording after I've hit 400 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you very much. I know for some people 400 is not a big number, but to me it really means a lot on our road to 1,000 subscribers and on the road to partnership. Next up is to tackle that 500 number. So again, if you haven't done so already, please remember to subscribe to this channel. It helps me out greatly, guys. I really truly appreciate each and every one of you that subscribes. Now, let's get on to my review of No Hard Feelings. No Hard Feelings was directed by Gene Stupinski and was written by Gene Stupinski and John Phillips. No Hard Feelings stars Jennifer Lawrence, Andrew Barth Feldman, Laura Benetti, Natalie Morales, Scott MacArthur, and Matthew Broderick. No Hard Feelings has a runtime of 1 hour and 43 minutes. Quick synopsis. Maddie is on the brink of losing her family home when she comes across a job listings where some parents want to find a young lady to make a man out of their son before he goes off to college. I will say, after watching the trailer for this movie, that I really was looking forward to this movie. It's not very often that we get a hard R-rated movie, especially a comedy, and we just don't really get to see a lot of them, especially nowadays. So I was really looking forward to this movie when I saw the trailer. But as we've talked about in some of my other reviews, the timing just feels off to me. This is not a summer blockbuster movie. Yes, it gives us a break from the CGI blockbuster movies that are out there right now. But I'm sorry, even you're stuck between The Flash, which not sadly, but is a bomb at the box office, and Indiana Jones is coming out next week. Plus, you still have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse in theaters, and it is wrecking the box office. So having a movie like this, which I do truly appreciate coming out in the summertime, I just really feel the studios are doing it a disservice because it is not going to get the attention it should deserve. So yeah, I don't see this movie doing well in the box office. And following up on that, even though this movie is not bad or a disaster, in my mind it is a good movie, it is really a paint-by-numbers comedy movie. Yeah, it has that R because it does raunchy language, it has violence, and obviously sexual situations in this movie. But really, it doesn't offer us anything new or really to take away from this. You pretty much know how this movie is going to happen start to finish if you've been watching movies for a long time, especially these types of movies where you have the older person with the younger person kind of teaching them the lessons of life. Even though I say this is a cut by number like comedy movie, Jennifer and Andrew both do a phenomenal job acting in this movie. They give us some really funny and touching scenes, and we kind of really connect with the characters. We know what both of them are going through. We see Jennifer Lawrence and her struggle with living in this place for so long, living in her house, living in the city, and seeing outsiders come in and pretty much kind of drive the locals out because the real estate market is going up. And then through Andrew's eyes, as an actor, we get to see this kid that's been pretty much sheltered his whole life. He's had something bad happen to him early on in his life, and he really just stayed and was a recluse and pretty much lived online, and his parents didn't help him with that because they kind of sheltered him and really did everything he needed or wanted. But those two, especially since they are pretty much the movie, with the side characters coming in here and there when some comedy relief is needed or some like emotional scene is needed, is really, they bring it. I would say this is really the bright spot to this movie. If Jennifer and Andrew didn't do the job that they did, I think we would not have really enjoyed this movie as much as we did. Following up on that though, and following my trail of still how this movie is kind of paint by numbers, a lot of comedies do this, where they have to sell the movie, right? They have, in putting together a trailer, they have to entice the people into the movie. And when they do that, they usually put some of the funny bits into the trailer to get you to really think about seeing this movie. And this movie does that. And I'm going to say, for the most part, they put a lot of the good funny moments in the trailer, maybe with a little changes here and there, but they're still in the trailer. It's sad to say, I'm sorry if you can hear Cotton, that a lot of the jokes and the comedy that we saw in the trailers is a lot of the same in the movie, with not a lot of new stuff going in. And my one other big complaint on this movie is whoever decided to crop off people's heads for shots, like right here or even like here, please stop. Because when you're having these emotional moments and you're focusing in on the person, when you cut them off at the top for some reason, it distracted me throughout the whole movie. And they do this numerous times through this whole movie, and I don't know why. If you're gonna focus on the person, just focus on them. Like, you can frame in their face. If it's two people, open up the frame. It just, that got me so much, where they're having these emotional scenes and they're going back and forth between the people, and they're just like cutting off the top of their heads for no good reason. Please stop. That was, whatever director of photography choice that was, don't. It doesn't need to be. Use the whole screen. You have a whole screen. Use that. If you're trying to make it like a touchy emotional scene, to me it didn't work. But overall, guys, No Hard Feelings isn't a bad movie. It is an enjoyable movie. I once again think that the studio chose the wrong date for this movie, because I think it's just going to get buried with all the blockbuster CGI movies that are out there. I again applaud that this movie is out here in June, where it is not CGI. It is not, a blockbuster. It is kind of giving us that break from that overloaded superhero, adventure-esque type movies, and giving us that comedy that can sometimes spark gold. But sad to say, I don't think this is the type of movie that is going to really break out among all these A-listing movies here. Like I said, you still have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse out. Indiana Jones comes out next week. Sadly, No Hard Feelings is pretty much not going to be long for the cinematic world or the theaters, I believe. But with all that being said, guys, Shep Talk is going to give No Hard Feelings 2.5 Sheps out of 5. Have you seen it? Let me know in the comments down below. Was this a nice break for you to see this movie in theaters in June? Or would you have rather seen it earlier or later in the film schedule kind of year? But guys, that is all I have time for today. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It does help my channel out greatly, and I do truly appreciate it. But as I said, that's all I have time for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.